le film.
Yeah.
You got enough film this time?
I have. Yeah. Yeah.
We've got plenty of people who come.
Yeah. Because the expert with the camera.
Oh yes,
and
good.
he's going
Good.
to
Take the pieces
try
of
golf.
yeah, that's great.
I like it. It's look at this one.
In it.
Charlie, do you want to phone me in front? And although he actually originated from Reims, he did travel very frequently, especially to Paris. And it was in Paris and in the court of France that he noticed that the wines coming from the Champagne region, the wines which sparkle, were actually creating more and more interest and becoming more and more popular. Concentrate on what you've done. The steps are pretty even, so the champagne the whole of the Champagne region, you have 323 what are called cru or wine producing villages, so 323 slightly different wine well, the clear glass magnets you saw, there you have some of the Pinot, and in another stone bottles you have the exclusive.
I knew I was going to jump in.
Let's see. Do you know, I swear I saw a wanker come into my frame then.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. We've been wrong. Someone's drunk out of the fly. I think it was Winston. It was
Right, so this is now to get down to some serious business.
Oh, he's back again. not telling us to get shut up this time.
You're still over there at the moment. No plans to move to Germany.
Get the commercial in there, Ron. There you go, executive.
So are you coming home? Are you going back to Paris?
No, we did the second competition. I didn't get the same one. Did you? It takes a difference each time round, didn't I? 5 years ago. So, yeah, so that one must be 5. No, 4.
We got 3 evenings.
There we are. Assembled company over dinner.
Good morning. Were you at the disco last night?
I went further disco, I found the bar. That was about as far as we got.
So what time did you get back here then?
After a couple of bottles of champagne, we finally made it.
That's on small there.
They are small? Yes, they will go until the...
Quite a lot of them.
All countryside. And so, do you know already what is the different step of the vine growing? So we start, the vine takes a lot of attention and quite great skills just to quite attention. So we start by pruning the plant from November to March. We add a cork, a foil, a neck label, and we have also a back label. And then they are ready to be shipped. So you see, from the harvest to the bottle, we need more than 3 years and a half. And we have 2 big cycles, the first fermentation, the second one, which happens in the bottle, and we have 4 big operation at the blending, which is very important in Champagne because the winemaker is very involved and he has to taste all the different wines. He has to be sure that he has enough wines to do his blending. So he adds also reserve wine. We have more than 20 or 25% of reserve wine in our house just to maintain the same style of the house. Here it's quite different. So they were built at the 19th century by the Canadian family, and we have 16 kilometers, 4 levels. And in the 1992 we decided to give more spirit to our cellars, and we welcome an artist called Michel Lebrun, and he put some decoration and some piece of art in each cellars.
It's art, Jim. Don't know how much of this will come out. Go up and smoke. Jude, Simon. Who else we got here? Are these they're apostles, are they?
Yeah.
Jacques, Thomas, Matthew, Bartholomew. I don't know who that one was.
Philippe.
Philippe, is it? Oh. Did he upset God somehow? Oh, there's me at the end, look, there's Pierre. Hello, Pierre.
Dodgy old electrics, though, eh? Don't know many volts, perhaps there's not many volts going through it.
Oh, is it? In bits of... oh, I see it, yeah. It's the product of an exceptionally deranged mind, I think.
It's turning around. You don't think it's my head.
I think there's
Watch
some...
these things on the wall.
Yeah.
What is it?
Trinidad and Tobago. Caracas. No, that's the world of wine, I suppose, or something.
Yeah, because you say wine the monde.
Yeah. Echoes a bit down there, doesn't it? vast, isn't it?
You may recognise me from such videos as Calvados.
The movie,
As you can
yeah.
see, we're walking down a large chalk tunnel. We're straddled on either side by lots of bottles of champagne. You see here the it's a wonderful light. And we've just seen some wonderful art. Which we can't experience all of it.
I just heard a wonderful fart. Courtesy of my brother. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I've just compared those two.
Hey guys, do you want to follow me?
I like that. I don't know if this is going to be the before or the after shot.
To see something around up to the 23rd. You can't do anything. So I say, okay, try 24th and 25th.
And we sort of lost the way action plans, and that's why I don't know. Are we late? Are we late?
Oh no, just a little bit.
Yeah, because
That's about an hour and a half. We are going to.
we had a fantastic scene.
Well, I called them and I told them very nice to you.
Well, you got to get some ideas.
This is what we had.
This is it's lobster, scallops. What's that on the top? Crisp. Poppadom, isn't it? A mini poppadom. And champagne sauce. Yeah.
We got a list on the coach, not this particularly correct, but just to be sure. We'll have a little roll call if I can remember their names.
There we go, Ron. Well done.
And the subside of the vineyard is also made of straw. So when it's raining, it's giving the water, and when it's dry, it's giving the additive. So it's a very good So here we've got 24 milliliters of clean air. It has 200 milliliters, and
stay here perhaps 10 days, 10 years, I don't know, combien de temps on reste en 10 mois? 10 ans, yeah, about 10 years it will stay like this for the aging process, but normally it's not so much. For the vintages it's between 5 and 8 years, and for the yellow label the classical one is 3 years. So, but like for them it's very different, so we have to keep it on.
Pour les mêmes activités, parce que suivant le degré d'alcool, tu as certaines levures qui résistent.
She's smiling. She's smiling.
She doesn't look like a warlock.
Picture on your right, the years of being in the house. And this is a record of the house. So 16 years of being in the house. Or Arthur Marnotti was the supervisor.
You worked for 60 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Glass photograph.
So here you've got all the vintages of the house from 1899 to 1995. So 1995 is the latest vintage, and the next one will be 1996. Yeah, I think it's 1949, but I'm not sure because someone will shoot on it. It's broken.
They sued. They
So
got
perhaps your first date is a vintage.
The Chardonnay, just to show you what is the character and the personality of each type of grapes. And then we will test the blend that has been created last year based on the 2001 vintage. The best place to grow Pinot Noir. Very famous place for Pinot Noir.
Picture of you two with my camera. How about that?
Okay.
There. Must use it.
Hello.
Okay, I suggest that we'll move.
Is that it? Let's just zoom in on the glass there. That's it. Ah, Moet de
Getting my gym
Chandon.
bag tomorrow.
Secret doors. Ah, they've been in the inner sanctum. What's he been up to? No, you're fine.
Perhaps you will be here. I think what you separate them. The food just yet. The cook is not. The food just yet. The company wants to serious. And so we are starting with what we call the Golden Jubilee champagne, which is a specific wine. But Derek, perhaps you will tell a little bit more about that wine, or the history of that wine, and why we have created it in Britain.
Yes, we created this particular champagne to celebrate the Queen's Golden Jubilee, But it's not a champagne which we're actually selling. We're using it especially for entertaining at certain types of events. So you won't find it in the shops in the UK, I'm afraid, but because it's very small production. But I think it's a blend of two different vintages, which we created especially for this Golden Jubilee magnums that you see.
And all the food is here, created, adapted to appreciate champagne, to find a good balance between the aromas of the wines and the aromas of the food. And so all time to find not something like that, right? No, all time. And that is the specific job of the cooking here. But as well, also the job consists to know more about the tastes, not only of the classical French cooking, but of the cooking of all around the world, because at much we sell in 138 countries nowadays, and we have clients of all over the world, which means in Asia, in India, in Korea. And Korea has nothing to do with Japan, which has nothing to do with some provinces of China. And we have to know all that, because we know that our wines are going in all these countries. And of course, we have to explain that our champagne is able to follow the preparation with the food of all these countries. In other words, it means that here we have to study the food of all around the world to know more about them, and with the winemakers of the house, regularly they have tastings between food prepared in the Thai way or in the Indian way with our champagne, and all our job is also to know which kind of plates, which kind of dishes of such country is able to accompany such type of champagne and so on. So that is really a laboratory of research which is done here. If you would focus on our guests, that is the job of Bernard and his team. But I leave Bernard to tell you more. Introduce your colleagues, what you are doing.
Yes, of course, we use French cuisine, but also we have to have a look of other kind of cooking. Because you know, Moët de Chandon you can drink and buy Moët de Chandon all over the world, and here it's very important to keep some recipe from another country, or to use ingredients, often like spices. Because spices, it's an example, spices look too high for match with champagne. But in fact we can use. And the job here is, for my two colleagues and me, is to find the right quantity and the right proportion to match with champagne.
All right, yeah, we'll do the tower. Not quite in focus, but... So we'll be back here in the morning.
We're just having one drink in town, and then we're going back. And we'll be back in the morning.
Good.
Well, the freezer boxes.
It's got really good night vision, this camera. Very good. Show up at every single line on your face, if you had any.
Cheeky.
So I just kind of cleaned them all hands. So many jammers, 120. I said, what do they look like? I said, you travel for 5 days. I said, just chuck away about 25,000.
This is day 3, and we're just off to Moët de Chandon. And then I expect we'll have a bit of lunch and we're going home.
Oh, the tape's coming to an end now. Tape's coming to an end now. Hold it still, Winston. trying to get a shot.
our military police only arrest the ones who
Go on, take the coach out with you. Get back. Well done. Oh, that doesn't count.
Ooh!
Dripping, yes.
Yeah. Dripping, huh? Yeah.
Yes, of course, yes, it's possible as well. Yes, just mentioning, stopping here, behind this gate is the ownertech of the house. Perhaps you have heard about ownertech wines we are promoting at Moet. Ownertech wines are wines which are specifically old matured wines. Why we have done that? It's something we have launched relatively recently. If you want, just last 10-15 years, we have thought it would be a good idea to speak about old wines. You know that I will simplify the extreme here again, but just to roughly our champagne wines, where they're young means less than 4 or 5 years. The typical flavors we will meet are floral flavors. Getting a little bit older after 3, 4, 5 years, usually our wines are moving to more fruit flavors. And if at the beginning we are thinking about white fruit flavors, with the time it will move slowly to red fruit flavors. And if I continue to age more, we do that exceptionally, but sometimes we find a third family of flavors, which are no more flowers or fruit flavors, but coffee, mocha, grilled, toasty, sometimes a little bit mushrooms and so on. After you would say, I like, I dislike, and so on. That is another point, but that is what happens. And we have a certain number of persons who appreciate this over this taste of very old wines and so on. More specifically in your country, there's translated a little bit snobism about this evolution of old taste like that. And in the houses, the tradition that sometimes we want to please some of our very good clients, we're opening an old vintage like that. And we thought that we have to be a little bit more precise, and it is why we have decided now to regularly put on the market very old vintages. So this ownertech, in fact, has been created at the origin. It was the personal cellar of the family, of the Moet family, because we are just under the house and so on. And the tradition since the beginning of the 19th century that the different generations of head of cellars running the house, running the cellars, used to put in certain good years, when the year was especially good, a little amount apart for the family, for the boss and so on. And it's like that little by little has been created this ownertech, where even so nowadays we continue this tradition to put, not for the family only, but for good customer as well, but we put apart a certain amount of specific good vintages. We are aging quite more. Visited our colleagues at Wina, which is the oldest champagne house, 1729. We are born a few years later in the front decade, something like that. Christian Dior, Givenchy, Guerlain, Lacroix, Kenzo, and we became, after being the leader in champagne, the leader in cognac, we became the leader of the world in fashion and in perfume, and finishing a bit later by the acquisition of Vuitton, to transport in good luggages all these good products and so on. So things well balanced and so on. But the famous company Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, called as LVMH, stock exchange in of the world is in fact born, I can say here. That is the origin of the group. Well,
If only we had one of those.
Oh, perhaps that was just like hip flask on his way. On his way to Calvary.
Yeah.
Say cheese. No, actually go that way.
But in fact, why the one chapel is parking in
Je sais pas.
Vont commencer le 18. Là, il y a seulement quelques ce qui est des attaques de pourriture.
This watch
C'est incroyable.
Oui, oui.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please.
please. We got Mr. Jean-Paul Brice, which is the father of Rémi, which most of us know him in England or as well as from last night. And Mr. Brice will take us through vineyard and explain about the plants and all the rest of it before we go to their house, their château.
Donc, bienvenue à Bouzy. Merci. Et comme j'ai appris par mon petit doigt que vous aviez fait la fête une bonne partie de la nuit, on va aller au point de vue.
J'ai l'impression que le soleil est en train de faire.
Le soleil en train.
J'avais la liste.
So it's not even the best yet because it's not.
On voit que les grappes ont du mal à mûrir.
From the outside, lots of rubbish which is not quite the right thing for that. Because this plant is fragile. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Hello. Hello. Je vais faire une explication rapide.
Yes.
On va se diriger vers la maison.
Yeah. So we're going back to the coach and we're going to the house now. Oh yeah. Excuse me. John is going to do a couple of pictures in the field from the group and all together to show you all been working hard and collecting grapes.
Top of it, the top grapes.
Sexual vine, the grape is going to have a slight smoky effect.
On est quick up field, ça va? Tu veux pas aller sur le banc là, on les a collés peut-être?
They want us to collect a few, do they? We've got to pick up, you know.
No.
Having a great time.
It's like vineyard, very devastating.
Come on, little smile and do some.
Ladies want to go to the ladies' room.
The men's room. The agent is Octavia Silla.
No, gentlemen, it's good.
Boy, come on.
Promis, on y va? Messieurs, bonjour.
Tu veux introduire deux, trois personnes?
Tu pourrais peut-être expliquer que la maison a été construite en 1765.
So yes, the house is from this part of the house is from 16.
So quick, not to make sure that it's right.
Monsieur d'Aurélie, bonjour.
You look splendid today. Yeah, it was just like
You look so well.
yesterday. Last night. You are
Yeah.
very tuned there, very smart. You're almost unrecognizable.
Today, yes, normally if I am in England, I have the tie more.
As well, more. Oh, wow.
My father told me that the house come from 1665.
Come from, it's been built. Et elle a été
Exactly.
Elle a été construite à l'époque par un de nos grands-grands-grands-pères.
And it's from my family, from this part. From how many generations? Combien de générations?
25.
A lot of generations.
Et le plus vieux registre pour les naissances, pour les baptêmes, il y a dans chaque église, comme en Angleterre, je suppose. Le bouddhisme.
Questi sono...
C'est mieux, vous n'avez pas froid, non? C'est mieux sur the sun. Je vous explique que c'est un buffet, donc chacun se sert. On a moyen de commencer par la dégustation.
So I'm sorry, now in the work we are going to start by the testing and we follow after by the food and everybody help, you take the plate, yes. Help yourself.
His papa hasn't passed the knowledge to the young ones, so no? Are you?
Yes, we know, yeah, I do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Allez, chacun son tour. But you understand that he's the boss. He's the boss. Attends. La photo. Allez, un momento. After me. 1, 2, 3.
You're not supposed to eat all this.
Sorry? Sash, apparently. Got a close-up of it.
But you can eat it. Very nice.
If we're sorting out the affairs of the late Mrs. Elizabeth Harrison after after dropping down with something terrible, this could be the culprit. You use this film as evidence that she was alive and well until she ate that. Oh, excuse me. That's weird.
That's on film.
Huh? It's on film, yeah.
You know, like this, vanilla is more is manual.
Did you see that on the turbo? It's dressed as the custom office, isn't
Yeah, come on, everyone moody. Stop moody. The camera's over there. Go and ask him for an autograph. Go and ask him to sign one of those champagne bottles on there. You're the raffle.
You got off the raft,
And I can take back the great news to my colleagues in London, and I'm sure they will be full of envy because you have done something that we actually failed to do in London. So I congratulations. I think it definitely needs, Armand needs to to be praised and done a great job. So from London point of view, as I said, we mentioned the dinner dance, that is great, but we're going to share also with the Portuguese. I don't know if you know, but one of the things we do at the Golf Society, we go every year to Portugal in January. And after every 3 years, we invite the Portuguese over. So the added fun is going to be this year with the Portuguese. No, not so this year, next year. And I think it's going to be somewhere in April. So I will let you know in due course. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be Zaza Savoy, of course. So you expect nothing but the best. Yes? Okay. And so really, for me, nothing else more to say, really. But thank you again. I think you're doing a great job. The Thames Valley the Thames Valley is at the moment is the most active area in the entire UK. So what can I say? It's great. But we tried in London to actually get together again. I don't know if you know, but we lost the magazine. Now this magazine ceased to exist. So the last copy that you have, cherish it, maybe, you know, because it's going to be it's the last one. Oh yes, yes. Well, we have a bar show at Olympia. Do you know about that? I think it's going to be bar culture is the one who's actually doing it. They're going to do a cocktail competition. The one will be Blanton bourbon, and the other one is Grand Marnier. So we have a stand. The UK United Kingdom Bartenders stand is very good this year because we are downstairs. So it's going to be really good. We have a bar, and we're going to do a lot of cocktails. So do come. It will be fun. We expected to get us until about 5,500 people a day. So you're in good company.